strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome everybody, this is Bulldog here, back with another beginner's guide for Splinterlands. Today I want to address one of the most common questions that I'm getting, and that is, how can I add more power, or what is power? So today we're gonna look at those two main questions. What is power? How is it calculated? And how can we acquire it for cheap? Because that's what you all want, right? You want cheap power. So let's go in. Let's first look at what power is. So if we go to my own account here, you can see up here when in the league info, there's this power bar. So currently I've got enough power, but for some of you that bar will not be filled. You need a certain amount of power to advance to each league. If we click on the league section here where it says details, we can actually look at how much power is needed for each league. Novice, there's no power requirement. That's where you start at. Bronze 3, you need to get to 100 power. All the way up to bronze 1, 5,000. To get into silver, you need 15,000 power. To get into gold, you need 100,000 power. 250,000, 500,000 power. So you get the trend, right? You need more power to advance in leagues. That's really the only thing that power is required for. It's just it's a minimum to get into your league. What is that power? How do we get that power? That power is simply the burn value of the cards. That might be confusing. What's the burn value? Let's go to my cards here. We can go to any card. Let's make sure we own it here. And we're going to look at any card. Let's look at the common card over here. This DEC value over here, that is the burn value. I could click on this, and this button right here converts to dark energy crystals. So I can turn this card into 10 dark energy crystals. I believe this was created at the beginning of the game to give cards a minimum value. So you could always just burn it and get dark energy crystals. You should never be burning cards right now. With the market the way it is, the price is multiple times the burn value. So you should never be burning cards. But it acts as a power. So this is a common card. This is a common untamed card. It has 10 power. If you go up to a legendary card, let's jump up to a legendary card. It's going to have a lot higher power. I think it's got 1,000 power. Yeah, so 1,000, 3,000, because they've got 3 of them. Whenever you combine cards, the power adds together. So you never lose any power by combining cards or anything like that. So this one's 1,000 power. Gold cards have more power. So if we go up to like a gold foil here, I think I've got one gold legendary. Yes, I do. 50,000 power. So 10 of these and you'll have all the power you ever need. You'll get up to that 500,000. So it ramps up like that. I'm going to show you guys a chart. This is from Splinterlands Discord server. I've actually got it pinned in my own Discord server, which if you're not on, you should absolutely come. You can answer any, or you can ask any questions. We can absolutely help you. The link's below. And you can also set up to get notified when I stream. That's important, right? Gotta get notified when I stream. Anyways, this will tell you the power level of any card. So the top is the regular foil, the bottom is the gold foil, and then whether it's it's an alpha card, whether it's a beta card, you can use this chart to see the powers. You'll notice that gold are a lot more powers, and that tends to be the cheapest way to get power, because that's the next part, right? What's the cheapest way to acquire this power? A gold legendary, that sounds really expensive. That would get me up there, but those are going to cost a lot of money. Kind of. Let's go to the market here. And we're going to look at renting. You can rent power for extremely cheap, guys. Power is very, very cheap to rent, and I'm going to show you just how much. So I'm actually going into this blind, so I have nothing that I'm cherry picking or anything like that. Let's go look at a gold legendary. This probably isn't the most efficient, but let's just look at one. Let's just look at a gold legendary and see what we've got, because it'll be a cheap way to get power. And let's look at Mimosa over here. Let's look at Mimosa, because that's a gold summoner. So remember, with a gold card, anytime you win a battle, you're going to get an extra 10% DEC. So it'll also help pay for itself. Well, a summoner might not be the cheapest way to do this, but we're going to look at it anyways. Okay, it's not too bad. So, summoner. Okay, let's go back to this chart. A gold legendary untamed summoner. 50,000 power. It doesn't matter that it's a summoner, any card. 50,000 power for 40 DEC a day. 40 DEC a day. You can rent that for 40 DEC a day, and that's going to quickly get you to whatever power level you need. Now there's only one of those, so I don't know. Let's come look at the first one here. 36, 39, 52. There's some options there. There's some options to get cheap power. Now usually one of the cheapest is, so that's 50,000. If we go over here to alpha, some of the beta converted from alpha, promo. A lot of times promo are the cheapest cards to rent. So let's go look at some gold It doesn't even have to be gold. Let's look at some gold promo cards. So promo, and okay, these are legendary. So these cards are 150,000 power. 150,000 power. And this is a good card too. This will get you a good card to play with. 55 DEC a day. Very, very cheap to rent power. And okay, let's go off of legendary. So even if we just look at some of these common ones, let's take a look. Enchanted Defender is a card I really like when you have Health Equalizer. For only 4 mana, you get 6 armor. You get the Thorns if your summoner's high enough. Okay, look at this. 2 BCX for 1 DEC per day. So this is a common gold promo. So 1,500 power. There's 2 of them. So there's 3,000 power. 3,000 power to rent for 1 DEC per day. Works pretty well. We've got I mean, there's some other cheap ones over here. So yeah, there's 2. Same thing. Same thing. Very cheap to get power. And you can also get some decent cards in here as well. It's not like you're just ring power. Armor Smith. This Armor Smith is a very good card. 1 DEC a day for a gold Armor Smith. That's a promo card. Works very, very well. And it doesn't have to be gold. Even if we're not looking at gold, we can, because I don't know how the market's going to change. So I kind of want to cover a lot of things here. Let's just go look at some regular cards. Let's just look at some regular cards that are not promo. And look at renting higher level cards, because a lot of times it's cheap to rent level 10 cards. So okay, we've got a regular common here. Let's see if we can find one. Again, I'm going into this blind, but let's see if we can find like a level 10 card. Okay, level 10, 400 BCX. There's 400 of these cards. So it's an untamed common, so it's only 10 power. But when you add 400 of them together, you now have 4,000 power for 8 DEC a day. Not as good as the gold, but you can see how there's a bunch of places you can find value by renting high level cards, by renting gold cards, by renting legendary cards. You can go out and find some power that's pretty cheap, and a lot of times it's going to pay for itself, because remember, okay, if we're looking at these promo cards, if you have a promo gold card, you're also getting a 20% bonus to your DEC rate. Promo cards give you plus 10%. This is obviously when you win. There's gold cards give you plus 10%, so you're getting an extra 20% DEC. It's gonna help pay for itself as well. So yeah, you're renting it, but you're also getting more DEC. I don't know where you are at. It's gonna depend on where your rate is. I'm currently, especially with the market the way it's at, with the current DEC value, I don't know if this is going to hold up, but I'm currently making about 80 to 100 Dark Entity Crystals per win. If I'm increasing that by 20%, a gold promo card is going to get me an extra 16, 20 DEC per win. I use it a couple times a day and I've paid for it. I've already paid for it and I've added that power. So adding power is very cheap. It's pretty easy. There are a lot of different options. Again, the market's going to change. I know I'm making all these videos, and by the time some of you are watching it, the prices are all screwed up and everything's shooting up. Hopefully it continues to shoot up. Who knows? Maybe it goes back down and these are looking expensive. I don't know. I don't know where the market's going to be by the time you're watching this video, but I do know one thing. Renting power it's not that difficult. It's going to stay an option, and it's pretty much always going to be out there. It's worth renting it to increase your level so you can progress in the game and get some higher loot rewards, to start fighting some better opponents so you can gain more rating. It's a great way to add power. So I hope this answers the question. I know it was kind of a long-winded video, but hopefully you get the point. You can come in here and rent. I know we're talking about renting all the time. There's so many different ways to rent. You can also buy too. If you just want to buy the power, I mean, those can be decent ways to buy power as well. But if you're just looking to add power to get to the next league, that is how you do it. That chart is kind of a great reference to look at to go in and try to find the cheapest cards so that you can add your power and progress in the game. So hopefully that helps. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that stuff. I've got so many beginner guide videos that I'm trying to get out there. It's tough. We got a lot to get out there. So much to do with SPS here, and I'm now streaming every single day this week. If you're happening to watch this video at around the time it comes out, absolutely come watch me. I'm going to be streaming every single night. Even if you're watching this video a year from now, I hope I'm still streaming then, still playing the game, still enjoying everything. Come check me out. We're gonna have a blast. Come stake some SPS on me, of course. So we can all have fun that way, and you can have some skin in the game while we're playing. I know that doesn't come out for that's still a little ways away, staking on players, but it's gonna be here before you know it. So thank you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you around.